Warriors, your economy is collapsing and you don't even know it. Your freedom is at risk right here, Warriors. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Warriors, this is a very serious time right now. Make sure you hit the notification button. These videos are not getting out to the public, so make sure you hit that notification button. If you want to see the videos, I'll be doing 1 to 2 videos per day to educate you. If you also want access to my exact portfolio, my crypto team, my exact exit strategy, and to fill out your own exit strategy, and on top of that, a 120-day challenge to help you get your life together, Warriors. It's a revolutionary program. Click the link down below in the description. You can join our private Warrior Academy, also our free Discord or free Facebook group. Let's get right into it, Warriors. I'm going to show you some stuff. This is what I do on a daily basis. I listen to all these videos and I listen to what they're saying. I pay attention to their words, to their actions, to their verbiages, how they react. Do they clear their throat consistently? What are the things that they're doing as they're moving our monetary system through regulation, okay, through policy, and through how they're moving the money through the system. But I want to let you know that we are on the verge of a massive, massive financial collapse. And the working poor are going to get wrecked. As Jerome Powell says, we're going back to a new economy, leveraged towards technology. But I want you to see this heated exchange between Janet Yellen and John Kennedy right here. Okay, well, I want you to hear what he says. He literally calls her out for what the party is doing in regards to, now this is not politics, this is factual things happening right now. What is happening? Okay, we're at a debt ceiling, what do you call it? Debt ceiling foothold or whatever, right? So they raise the debt ceiling until December 3rd. But if they don't raise the debt ceiling, we default. But the Democrats have the ability to raise the debt ceiling just with it, just boom, right now. They could raise it right now. They basically control all the House, right? They could do it right now. They're holding out for some reason, but listen to what he says. He literally calls her out for saying, there's something going on here. And then I'm going to show you what's actually happening in the economy. And Warriors, I'm going to keep bringing this information 1 to 3 times a week deeply to help you educate yourself. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take any of this as financial advice. Make your own decisions. But this is what I'm seeing. And that's why I'm heavily invested in crypto. That's why I have an exit strategy to exit 50% of my portfolio, get leverage into wealth preservation, which is God's money, okay, precious metals. And then also I'm going to be buying up corporations that are going to be passed down by the baby boomers that are going to explode when the economy comes back. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, check out this video. Listen to it intently. I'll stop and narrate it.
Your perspective, but let me ask you again. There's a real simple solution. Why don't y'all just amend the budget resolution? It just takes 50 votes by my Democratic friends and the vice president. Why don't you just do that? Problem solved. Done. Easy peasy. Finished.
So basically right now, all they got to do is just do the votes, which they have the control, and it'll be done. They can raise the debt ceiling right now. We could keep the economy rolling. They'll just keep printing money, and we'll just keep going. Listen.
Let's go have a cocktail.
Well, it will be up to the leadership of Congress to.
Are you going to recommend that you do that?
We will confer with them on what is the best strategy to move forward.
It's not often, I haven't been around this place as long as.
So he's saying, will you recommend that? She's like, oh, we'll find out what the best strategy, all you can do right now is raise the debt ceiling. If not, the economy collapses.
You have. But it's not often around here that we have a problem that has an easy solution. And this is a real easy solution. And I get politics. I understand why politically you folks want to have Republican fingerprints on the spending fiscal knife. I get that. But do you really, is your politics so important that you want to gamble here? on the
wanna make
sovereign
sure
debt of the
that
United
debt-
States when you have a very, very simple solution?
So the way I interpret that is your politics on dividing us so important that you have the ability right now to fix this, but you're willing to just push it on to it, like to make this like a child's that playing with your future, your family's future, your 401k, everything, Warriors. Everything is at risk, and they're just playing games up there.
That you refuse to take.
I want to see that the debt ceiling is raised. As I've said, I believe it would be catastrophic not to do so. But I equally believe that deficits have been run under both Democratic and Republican administrations. It's important to recognize that. And that means that paying the bills for those deficits is a shared responsibility, and it should not be the responsibility.
I agree with
of any
that.
one party.
Very eloquently put, but it's a fact, isn't it? That you and your folks just want Republican fingerprints on the Democrats' effort to tax, spend, and regulate America into Europe.
That comment right there got me. To tax, to spend, and to regulate America into Europe. The biggest shift the world economy is coming, Warriors.
And it's your prerogative to do that. But this is all about the administration's desire to have Republican fingerprints on it and later call it bipartisan. And you know that, Madam Secretary, with all the respect I can muster, and so do the American people. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Listen to this.
Senator Kennedy, I rarely speak between witnesses, but I wonder if Secretary Yellen takes you up on the offer to go get a cocktail, if you would pay or you'd skip out on paying the bill and expect Secretary Yellen to pay. Senator.
Okay. Wow. All right. This is getting heated. This is getting fun, Warriors. This is getting fun. I mean, do you see what's happening? They literally have the opportunity to raise the debt ceiling. They could do it. They have control of the House, right? But they're not doing it. They're not doing it, Warriors. There's something behind the scenes going on. I've been trying to prepare you guys for years for this. This is getting serious, Warriors. Now, remember, what's at risk? Your financial freedom. That's why I'm doing what the multimillionaires and billionaires are doing. So look at this. So negative interest rates are destroying Europe's finances, driving demand for cryptocurrency. So what's interesting is in Europe, they tested negative interest rates. Okay. And negative interest rates. Now understand what's going on. So if we go to a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, okay, that pulls us closer to the central bank. When you go into a central bank digital currency, they're testing you with UBI while all of us are getting to have kids $250 checks. So they're getting you used to the $250 checks. Hear me out. They're getting you used to the $250 checks. Once they get you used to the $250 checks, it's like a drug. You're addicted to the money now. Now they're going to say, oh, to get your $250 check, mark my word on this. I've been right on everything, Warriors. Almost everything has been correct. They're going to say, oh, all you got to do, set up your FedNow wallet, your FedWire wallet, right? Go ahead and set it up. You get your Fed wallet set up. Now you're in a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. Then you're going to start to transact through your central bank digital currency. You're going to have a crypto wallet. You're going to have a FedNow wallet, and you're going to have your fiat wallet. And what's going to happen is we go to negative interest rates like Europe did, they can actually deflate the money in your account. So what that does is it forces you to put the money back into the economy. So they'll print the money. They'll borrow money to pay for the government's bills and pay Social Security and military and all the veterans benefits and stuff like that. And then what they'll do is they'll give you the money, the Cantillon effect. They'll take the money, they'll put it into assets. They'll get richer. They'll give the working poor their little checks, and then you'll take that check and you'll put it back into the economy. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's a Ponzi scheme, right? So that's what's basically that comment he said about Europe, right? And then this is something I want to bring up to you guys, which is looming in China, which is wild. Wild. This was brought to my attention in Dubai, and I don't know why I didn't know about this, but this is huge. They are struggling right now. And they are on the verge of default. This is happening right now. So ghost towns, Evergrande crisis shines a light on China's millions of empty homes. In China, I didn't know this was going on. There's literally homes, apartment complexes, malls that are just empty. Again, just like America, the overvalued stock market, 238% based on the Warren Buffett indicator. You have a bunch of zombie companies that have a bunch of supposed value within the stock market that are overvalued because of the printing of money. Well, in China, and I don't know if that's how this happened with this. I don't want to speak out of school, but you have right now all this real estate that is going to collapse. It's on the verge of collapse right now. They're about to default, Evergrande, and that Evergrande, and that is throughout, that's going to ripple throughout the U.S. economy. There's a lot of investors outside of China investing in these properties. If it collapses, that collapses 30% of their GDP. And what's happening is they have disgruntled China Evergrande investors crowding headquarters to protest. People are going out there and protesting. It's like, what is going on? But you know, that China will crush these protesters. I mean, but that's the thing. People are waking up all over the world. So the question is, have you woken up? And I know it's difficult, Warriors, because it's so hard to turn your head away from the sheep, but something massive is coming. And I want to show you what this is all about, Warriors. They are methodically planning this out. They are methodically planning. They're shifting you into a new economy, a one world economy, Warriors, that's leveraged towards technology. The middle class is going to get wiped out, leveraged towards technology. There's going to be a big separation between rich and poor. And you have the opportunity to invest in the infrastructure of the new economy and become one of the richest people in the world. And then we can bring the money back to the people, Warriors. That's what we can do here. But so I want to remind you of things that were happening last year that we've kind of just pushed off to the side, is the zero carbon, Warriors. That is the biggest thing. They're pushing us towards zero carbon. Companies need to get carbon credits now. They're not going to get their special funding. So banks are going to look completely different by 2025, Warriors. So Governor Newsom, this is last year, announces California will phase out gasoline-powered cars and drastically reduce the demand for fossil fuels in California's fight against climate change. Okay. UK to ban gas cars by 2030 as a leader touts green industry revolution. I just wanted to get this message out to you guys, Warriors, because this is going to be a magical, I mean, crazy thing we're going to see in history. I don't want to use the word magical, but what I mean by that is to go through this in history is wild. And there's going to be two types of people, a warrior and a warrior. And I want to show you this video from the World Economic Forum. This is the global and monetary systems in 2030. Let's check this out.
Financial services is about safe and efficient payments, facilitating money going from saving into lending and investment, but also to facilitate, manage, and channel risks.
The world of financial infrastructures has changed tremendously. The embracement of cloud technology, the embracement of artificial intelligence to do even more with the data that we have is already taking place at rapid speed.
The global financial system is undergoing a profound transformation, driven by regulatory change, monetary policy, technological change, and shifts in customer habits and needs. This opens up a set of opportunities and challenges.
The real challenge is not technology as such, it's the change in business models. The regulation cannot keep up with the rapid pace of innovation.
Banks at the same time face an economic...
Okay, so one thing I want to narrate there is they talk about the economic change. Technology is moving so fast that regulation is having trouble keeping up. And so what that means is that the government is losing their foothold in control, right? And so what do you do when you lose foothold in control? You use drastic measures, problem, reaction, solution. Create a problem. We know what the problem is. We all look this way, push us heavily into technology, lock us down in our homes, get you on Zoom, get you watching YouTube videos, get you watching TikTok videos, teaching you how to use a digital wallet, phasing out cash. The treasury runs out of coins, your cashless transactions, whereas it's all what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity.
Environment, which is very different than pre-crisis.
We found that the other period, which looks mostly like our current period, is the period around the Great Depression. So it's important to ask oneself, how long are interest rates going to stay low?
Because then you get low interest rates, not just for short maturities, but also for medium and long maturities. It really undermines the business model of banks.
They need to get their costs down. So the banks are...
Boom, right there. What they just said is, so the gentleman said John Kennedy was pushing on Janet Yellen, said, you're going to push us into the Europe type economy. negative interest rates. You can't run at this low of interest rates, Warriors. Forever, you can't do it, because what it's doing is putting so much pressure on the banks. The banks' profit margins are being squeezed. That's why your banks are going to get involved in cryptocurrency. That's why the SEC Ripple case is happening. They need a new Howey test. They are already able to custody your cryptocurrency, Warriors. They are already ready to custody your. Send this video to your friends and family that are struggling. I will help break down the macro and microeconomics so they understand this, Warriors. The OCC already allows federally chartered banks to custody your crypto. The Fed Now system is already set up. There's already a law for pass-through accounts for your digital currency, Warriors. This was all set up. I've been talking about this for years, Warriors. Now we're experiencing the shift. It's not me just talking about it now. It's actually happening in front of your eyes.
Automating the back end, which reduces mistakes. They're offering more self-service opportunities to the clients and at the same time exploring the ability for you to buy online.
Inclusive finance is a must, and innovation will help the customer to access financial services in a different way.
I think we're going to see more fragmented financial service industry in the future, more tech firms going into financial services.
We're seeing new players in everything from payments to wealth advisory to trade finance.
Those that can provide the best service and experience to the ultimate client should be the winners.
The public sector has to think about whether they need to sort of upgrade their offer to society.
But I wonder if we have a clear enough framework for the clients to understand how safe their data is and how safe their wealth is in different environments.
In our Global Financial Council, we have practitioners, regulators, academia, central banks. So it's a think tank that can really work in an unconstrained environment together.
We have further developed these views into a report on the future of the global financial system. This will allow leaders to better navigate a very complex environment.
All right, Warriors, here we are. Here we are. The biggest shift, not only in generational wealth, but in history, Warriors. The beautiful thing about this is we get to experience this. We get to be part of the biggest shift in generational wealth. Generational wealth and our economy. So, Warriors, I really am trying to wake people up that you have the control, that you have the power to make decisions to help your family navigate through this, Warriors. I want you to research 1929 and what happened in 1929. Some of the richest people in the world were created, and some of the most scarce people in the world were created. And many of you, your parents are living that paradigm. But we can't go into this new world with the same rules that our parents grew up with. We can't go into the same new world, the new world with the same rules that our grandparents grew up with. We need to create a new set of rules, a new set of financial rules, a new way that we react to the economy, a new way that we interact, a new way that we share our ideas in businesses. That's what this academy is all about. That's why I created all of this, to show people that freedom is here. And as you adjust to the new world, there's always going to be change. But if you look ahead, if you look at what's happening and they get you to look this way and you pull your head this way, whereas you can take advantage of it just like they do. And what I mean by taking advantage is bringing the money back to the people. We've freed over 3,500 people's minds over the last 4 years. But whereas your knowledge is important. And I believe that you have the opportunity to break free from this indoctrination system, to become one of those powerful human beings. You are special, you are powerful, and you are meant to be here. So let's start acting like it, Warriors. So I love you, I appreciate you, and let's make it a great Friday. Warriors, rise! Let's go. Geist.